Welcome to a movie where corporate espionage meets nap time, proving that even in your wildest dreams, you still have to work. Our hero is a professional sleep invader trying to plant a thought into a billionaire's brain, but his own subconscious is an absolute disaster zone. Will he finally get to see his kids, or is he destined to be stuck in a never-ending snooze fest? Cobb washes up on a beach, looking like a soggy tourist, before a polite armed guard pokes him with a rifle. He is dragged before an elderly Saito, who recognizes Cobb's spinning top from a half-remembered dream about radical notions. Flashback. Cobb pitches himself as a premium mind burglar, claiming he can teach younger Saito subconscious self-defense. Saito casually rejects the offer, and explosions rock the building. Turns out everyone is just taking a highly explosive nap. Cobb steps onto a crumbling balcony to find his deceased wife, Mal, who is clearly his brain's ultimate red flag. Cobb ties off a rope, ignores Mal's dramatic threats, and abseils down to play hitman in a fancy hallway. He cracks Saito's safe, but Mal crashes the party, holding his partner Arthur at gunpoint. Top-tier teamwork, really. Mal shoots Arthur in the leg because dream pain is real pain. Cobb shoots Arthur to wake him up. Problem solved! Cobb's stolen files are entirely blank. The dream collapses, and their sleeping bodies get dunked into a bathtub. Cobb wakes up, body slams Saito, and gets accused of holding back on their little corporate audition. Plot twist, they are actually on a train, wearing headphones, running a dream within a dream scheme that clearly needs a software patch. Saito realizes he is dreaming because the carpet material is polyester, not wool. Always check your interior decorating. Everyone wakes up. Cobb bails, tossing cash at the dream DJ and fleeing like he owes massive child support. Hiding in Tokyo, Cobb spins his little top with a gun to his head, then makes a depressing phone call to his kids. Cobb tells his kids mommy is not there. Arthur shows up, reminding Cobb they are fugitives with zero retirement plan. They try to flee via chopper, but surprise! Saito is inside with a captive Nash. Saito pitches inception, planting an idea instead of stealing one. Cobb says no until Saito dangles a trip to America. The target: break up a rival empire by giving the air daddy issues. Cobb takes the ultimate leap of faith. Cobb visits his father-in-law, Miles, in Paris to recruit an architect for his deeply illegal brain heist. Miles lectures Cobb about corruption, but Cobb insists this corporate gig is his only legal loophole back to his kids. Cobb promises a chance to build impossible dream cities. Miles begs him to return to reality but hands over his best student anyway. Enter Ariadne. Cobb tests her with maze puzzles. She draws a circular one, proving she is a certified prodigy. Arthur gives Ariadne the beginner course on shared dreaming, explaining how the subconscious builds the world while you discover it. Cobb tells her they hijack the creation process. He casually drops the fact that you never remember how dreams actually start. Ariadne realizes she is dreaming in a cafe. Things escalate when the entire street explodes like a confetti cannon. Cobb explains dream time dilation. 5 minutes of nap time equals a solid hour of blowing stuff up in your head. Ariadne learns that dream people are Cobb's mental projections, and they despise it when you mess with their turf. Ariadne folds Paris completely in half, because walking on the ceiling is totally normal when gravity takes a lunch break. Ariadne plays with infinite mirrors until a bridge appears. Cobb gets nostalgic about his wife, proving he has unchecked baggage. Cobb warns against using memories. Dreammall instantly shows up, stabs Ariadne, and proves Cobb's brain is an absolute hazard zone. Arthur explains the concept of a totem, a weighted object that tells you if you are stuck in someone else's fever dream. Ariadne rage quits, but Arthur knows she is addicted. Meanwhile, Cobb hits up Mombasa for a charismatic forger named Eames. Eames is busy gambling and spelling badly. He agrees inception is possible but requires the simplest version of an idea to stick. They realize they need to use the target's emotions. Then Cobb immediately gets chased by angry corporate thugs because subtlety is dead. Cobb runs through the Mombasa market, tossing fruit and squeezing through alleys like an action star on a caffeine binge. The chase escalates into a cafe shootout. Cobb parkours over cars, completely abandoning his stealth build. Cobb gets cornered, but Saito arrives in a fancy car, playing the literal savior to protect his investment. Back in Paris, Ariadne returns, and Arthur shows her how to build infinite staircases to trap angry dream zombies. Arthur drops the bomb that Mal is dead. Cobb's brain is basically running a haunted house simulation, which seems super safe. The team meets Yusuf, a chemist who promises a sedative strong enough to drop them 3 dream layers deep. They visit Yusuf's basement of sleeping clients. Heavy sedation is the new weekend getaway. Cobb tests it and sees his dead wife. Cobb wakes up sweating, spins his top to check reality, and pretends everything is completely fine. Spoiler, it isn't. Saito hands over the target dossier, Robert Fisher. He needs Fisher to dismantle his dad's empire to stop a global energy monopoly. We meet the Fishers. Dad is dying and emotionally vacant. Eames scouts the Godfather Browning to steal his personality. The plan. Eames impersonates Browning to trick Fisher into thinking dissolving the company is his own brilliant idea. Ariadne catches Cobb dreaming alone again. She learns Mal's spinning top was originally his wife's, which isn't creepy at all. Cobb refuses to learn the maze layouts because his inner demon wife will ruin the mission. Ariadne becomes his unofficial therapist. The team debates emotional manipulation. Positive emotion trumps negative, so they decide to make Fisher think his dad actually loved him. They outline the 3-tier dream strategy: daddy issues, self-creation, and ultimate emotional catharsis. Plus, mega sedatives. Yusuf explains the math. 10 hours of sleep equals 10 years in level 3. Ariadne rightfully questions how they escape. Eames introduces the kick, a falling sensation that snaps you awake. They need to sync it to musical cues. They need a 10-hour flight. Saito literally buys an entire airline to make it happen. Billionaires are built different. Ariadne sneaks into Cobb's dream elevator. She descends through his depressing memories, meeting Mal and proving she lacks boundaries. Cobb admits he is trying to change his regrets. He shows her his final memory of his kids digging in the dirt. Cobb reveals his ultimate guilt. He ran away before calling out to see his kids' faces. Ariadne bails to the basement. Ariadne finds a trashed hotel suite. Psycho Mal drops a riddle about a train and demands to know why Ariadne is there. Cobb rescues Ariadne and leaves Mal whining. Awake, Ariadne demands to join the mission to monitor his unstable brain. Papa Fisher dies. The team boards the flight to Sydney, ready to drug a grieving man for corporate gain. Cobb slips Fisher the mega sedative disguised as a toasted glass of water. Sweet dreams, corporate prince. The team hooks themselves to the dream machine. Yusuf takes point, and everyone happily sinks their brains to a kidnapped billionaire. Level 1. A rainy city. They grab Fisher, jump into taxis, and immediately realize something is terribly wrong. A literal freight train plows through the street. Heavily armed gunmen ambush the taxi because subconscious security is no joke. Cobb drives like a maniac, while Arthur and Eames have a shootout. Fisher cowers in the back, totally regretting his flight. They escape to a warehouse, but Saito took a bullet to the chest. The team realizes Fisher's mind is militarized. Cobb yells at Arthur for terrible research. The worst part? If Saito dies under the sedative, he won't wake up. Death under heavy sedation equals limbo, unconstructed dream space where your brain rots into infinite mush. Best heist ever. Arthur is livid that Cobb hid the limbo risk. Cobb admits he kept quiet because he really wants to see his kids. The team agrees the only way out is forward. They throw a bag over Fisher's head, demanding a combination he doesn't know. Eames uses his forgery skills to impersonate Uncle Browning, hoping to trick Fisher into giving up the goods. Eames Browning gets fake beaten and tells Fisher his dad left a secret will. Fisher claims his dad's final word was disappointment. Ouch. Saito is coughing up blood. Eames warns him he'll become a lonely old man in Limbo, but Saito promises to return young. Browning tells Fisher the alternate will destroys the Empire. Fisher is baffled by his dad's petty posthumous drama. Ariadne confronts Cobb about his mental freight trains. Cobb admits he and Mal got trapped in Limbo and forgot reality. Flashback. Cobb and Mal lived as dream gods for 50 years. Mal locked her totem in a dollhouse, safe to forget the truth. When they woke up, Mal's brain was still scrambled. She believed reality was fake and wanted to kill herself to wake up. For their anniversary, Mal trashed a hotel room, sat on a ledge, and begged Cobb to jump with her. Highly romantic. Mal framed Cobb for her murder to force him to jump. Talk about a toxic relationship strategy. Despite Cobb's pleading, Mal drops off the ledge. Cobb is forced to flee the country, leaving his kids behind. Ariadne tells Cobb he isn't responsible for Mal's swan dive. They pressure Fisher to spit out random numbers. 528491. Cobb drugs Fisher again, dropping them into level 2. They discuss how Fisher's massive daddy issues are a gold mine. Cobb decides to run the Mr. Charles Gambit in level 2, a risky move where he tells the mark he is dreaming. The team falls asleep in the van. Level 2, a swanky hotel. Cobb introduces himself to Fisher at the bar. Eames plays a blonde woman who steals Fisher's wallet. Cobb uses this to convince Fisher his subconscious is under attack. Saito violently shoves Eames for fun. Cobb tells Fisher he is Mr. Charles, a subconscious security expert. Cobb points out the weird weather as proof they are dreaming. Yusuf's crazy driving makes water slosh in Layer 2. Cobb kisses Ariadne to distract the angry projections. He forces Fisher to realize he cannot remember arriving at the hotel. Fisher panics. Cobb escorts him, casually dodges his own children's projections, and shoots 2 dream thugs in the bathroom. Fisher tries to shoot himself to wake up, but Cobb warns him about the mega sedative. Arthur wires room 491 with explosives. Cobb makes Fisher recall the first dream layer. Fisher remembers the kidnapping and Uncle Browning, playing right into the heist. Fisher remembers the random numbers, 528. They head to room 528 while Arthur explains how kicks need gravity to work. They breach the room and find the dream machine. Eames arrives disguised as Browning to manipulate Fisher even further. Fisher accuses Browning of orchestrating the kidnapping. Browning feeds him the "your dad insulted you" lie to seal the deal. Cobb convinces Fisher to enter Browning's mind. They hook Fisher up to the machine, diving straight into Level 3. Level 3. A snowy military fortress. Yusuf is awake in Layer 1. Arthur is awake in Layer 2. Yusuf drives the van off a bridge while fighting goons. The chaotic driving sends the hotel in Layer 2 completely sideways. Arthur fights a projection in a spinning, zero-gravity hallway, the absolute pinnacle of visually stunning fistfights. In the snow, Eames acts as a distraction while Fisher and Saito infiltrate the base. Cobb plays sniper from a watchtower. Saito is coughing blood again. Yusuf's van takes heavy fire and bursts through bridge bollards. Eames shoots a flare. Yusuf hits the recall music, warning everyone the kick is imminent. Arthur has mere minutes. The snow team has even less. Eames skis backward, casually gunning down soldiers. Saito sets a rope trap to clothesline a pursuing skier. Action movie cliches engaged. Arthur shoves a bad guy down an infinite staircase. An avalanche rips through the mountain, forcing Saito and Fisher to tumble. The van falls from the bridge. Zero gravity hits the hotel, leaving Arthur floating. They missed the first kick! Saito and Fisher blast into the air duct. Eames steals a snowmobile, and Arthur uses a floating cart to navigate the hotel. Arthur strangles a guy mid-air, grabs the explosives, and swims through the zero-G hallway. Cobb snipes from above. Arthur bundles the sleeping team together. Saito crawls with Fisher, chased by an entire snow army. Fisher reaches the strong room. But wait, Mal drops from the ceiling because Cobb's subconscious is an absolute menace. Mal shoots Fisher. Cobb finally shoots Mal. Eames revives the dying Saito while Cobb realizes the mission just tanked. Fisher is dead and trapped in Limbo. Ariadne suggests they ride the kicks down to Limbo, revive Fisher, and catch the elevator up. Cobb leaves Eames to blow up the hospital. Cobb and Ariadne take a nap within a nap to go confront his ghost wife. Limbo is a collapsing city Cobb and Mal built. Eames props up a dying Saito with a grenade for company. In the hotel, Arthur sets charges on the elevator brakes. Cobb and Ariadne stroll through his subconscious architecture. Cobb leads them to Mal's childhood home. In the hotel shaft, Arthur continues to rig his explosive zero-G elevator kick. Cobb explains how a simple idea is like a highly contagious virus. He confronts Mal, completely tired of her mental guilt trips. Mal accuses Cobb of not believing in reality. Eames gets tossed around in the snow, but shoots his way back to safety. Mal tempts Cobb with fake projection kids. Cobb finally admits his guilt. He planted the idea that ruined her mind. Cobb confesses he spun her top in Limbo to convince her their dream world wasn't real. Talk about couples therapy material. That little idea festered like a cancer, making her suicidal in reality. Mal throws a tantrum and claims he betrayed her. Saito grenade blasts the snow guards before passing out. Arthur triggers the hotel elevator, and Eames preps the defibrillator. Mal demands Cobb stay. Ariadne pushes Fisher off the balcony to catch the kick. Cobb stays behind to find Saito. Cobb roasts Mal, calling her an imperfect shade of his real wife. Ariadne shoots Mal, kicks Fisher again, and leaps off. Fisher wakes in the snowy strong room and opens his dying dad's safe. Turns out, Dad just wanted him to be his own man. Fisher cries over a paper windmill, achieving ultimate corporate catharsis. Eames hits the detonator, blowing up the snowy fortress. The kicks sink. The hospital explodes, the elevator launches, and the van hits the water. Cobb says a final goodbye. Fisher escapes the sinking van, feeling totally inspired to ruin his empire. Arthur and Ariadne survive, but Cobb is stuck underwater. Cobb washes up on the Limbo beach again. He finds ancient Saito, reminding him to take a leap of faith to be young again. Cobb wakes up on the airplane. Fisher is happy, Saito makes the magic phone call, and Cobb glides through customs like a VIP. The team exchanges sly nods at baggage claim. Cobb meets Miles, goes home, and spins his top on the dining table. Cobb finally sees his kids' faces. The top wobbles, but the screen cuts to black, leaving us all with massive trust issues. And there you have it, folks. The human equivalent of a participation trophy goes to anyone who understood the plot on their first watch. The moral of the story? Never mix business with heavy sedatives, and maybe invest in a less ambiguous spinning top. If you enjoyed watching me slowly lose my sanity, recapping this mindbender, smash that like button, subscribe for more cynical breakdowns, and let me know in the comments if you're awake right now. Stay cynical.